Hey y'all, it's Giacomo. Good Thursday morning. Shalom by Hebrews. How y'all doing? So, a lot going on right now. Number one, if the camera should happen to shake, the kitten wants to play with the tripod. So I will try to make her go away. There we go. Bad kitty. Got my prominent Seton Hall battle flag. I am a pirate. Go Pirates. Haul in, baby. Except this year, because there won't be any college basketball played for the most part. Anyway, got a few things on my mind this morning. Hate to make it a personal vlog and all, but a couple of things I wanted to read to you. And one thing I want to warn you about, if you are a person of scripture, of the Bible, if you want to say it that way, although, look into the word Bible and see if we should be calling the word of Yahweh Bible. Supposedly there is a Greek god by the name of Biblios, and I ascribe nothing Greek, the philosophical Greek nonsense, to the God that I serve. I'm sorry, I'm not going to. Mainly because the Greeks were, here's great big rabbi trail, the Greeks were polytheistic. And so when Yeshua came to the knowledge of the people of Greece, my opinion, they were more than willing to add another god to their pantheon. So is there any possibility that what we know about Yeshua, now called Jesus or Iesus, the Greek version, is there anything added to what we understand him to be versus who he actually is in Scripture? Ponder that this moment, and ponder that for the rest of your lives, really, if you walk after Messiah as I do. But I was reading something on Twitter this morning. There she is, there's the kitten. And of course, Sherbert, my bigger cat, wants to play with her as well. Go figure. What did I see on Twitter this morning? It really blew my mind. Somebody I don't follow, but it was kind of sent to somebody else and sent to somebody else and ended up on my feed as well. He writes, I got a different definition of procrastination yesterday that made me sit up. Listen tightly. Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God owes you another opportunity to do what you had time to do. I'm not going to read the rest of the quote, but let that sink in today. If you got something that's on your mind that you know that Yahweh, our God of the scriptures, put into your heart, that you know that he purposed you to do, and you procrastinate, number one, that is of the adversary, and may his name be blotted out. Number two, if it is from the adversary, and I totally believe that, you better not feed into it. Because the adversary wants you to procrastinate and not get done what needs to be getting done. Which makes for a great segue to my story this morning that I heard from the New York Post, which is weird. The New York Post has actually got the pulse of what's going on around the entire country sometimes. Apparently, the Minneapolis City Council is decrying the uptick in violence and I think several assaults, gun assaults as well, in Minneapolis proper, because they defunded the police after the George Floyd incident. I'm going to call it an incident because the full truth of what happened isn't out. Now, we know he was assaulted during that arrest and was subject to undue brutality, and in the process of that died. Did he die from the knee being on the neck? Or did he die from the massive amount of drugs in his system? And the knee to the neck was a contributing factor. We're going to find out. So please keep your mind open, like I said earlier. Make sure you know what you're reading. Who said it? Who wrote it? Is it philosophical or is it actual? Read it for yourselves. So with that, here's some philosophy for you. The law of unintended consequences. Okay? You think you're going to solve a problem by, let's take some money away and give it to a social worker, somebody who's trained to de-escalate things and yada hooza. And suddenly, it's like opening your front door when you live in a bad neighborhood, leaving it open thinking that you're going to be a welcome human being and have people just come in and visit and say hi, and no one's going to take your stuff eventually. Yeah, having lived in the hood and made that mistake and come back and finding things that are missing like a TV, okay, y'all, get real here. So, in the law of unintended consequences. I don't know what you people were trying to do, but whatever actually happened with George Floyd and that police officer, Derek Chauvin, could have been solved by better training. Like, okay, let's take this money we've got and train our officers better. Let's get rid of aggressive hold downs like knees to the neck or anything that may actually injure an artery, which, truth be told, may be the contributing factor to, big cat, to the death of George Floyd. That being said, when you castrate your police officers, don't be surprised when they can't, metaphorically speaking, make babies. Okay? So y'all gonna have to deal with the situation you created, because right now Minneapolis is, I haven't seen it all the way through, I don't know for sure, but the poor place is destroyed. It's no longer gonna be a destination. I've never been there. I always wanted to see, Prince's nightclub, if it's still there. Fifth Avenue? I'm losing my mind, unfortunately, sorry. So, and with that, it's not going to be a safe place to go any longer, because you don't know when something crazy is going to pop off. I would feel safer in my hometown of Newark than going to Minneapolis or even Portland right now, because people are losing their minds. And the law of unintended consequences, once again, the police are not able to do their jobs because you took their money away from them. So, what did Churchill say about appeasement? Appeasement is like feeding an alligator, hoping it eats you last. Chomp chomp, Minneapolis. Anyway, I'm Giacomo. Cats are fighting. Time for me to break this video off. Love you much. Shalom. Y'all have a blessed end of the week. Oh, and by the way, let's shout out to Ava if I don't hear from you, if you don't hear from me. Shalom.